Hi, this is Captain Drew Cavanaugh with Florida Inshore Fishing Charters and Mosquito Lagoon Sight Fishing Charters located here in East Central Florida in the new Smyrna Beach, Cocoa Beach, Daytona Beach, Titusville areas just east of Orlando and Disney. And today is March 6th, 2013, and this is your Mosquito Lagoon video fishing report. Well, the past few days, the fishing out here, or the past few weeks rather, the fishing out here has been pretty good. We've had a few cold fronts come through. Where it's gotten cooler. Today there's a big snowstorm up north. Today's weather, it's kind of windy out here, breezy. Not much fishing going on today. It's high winds, so you know that's going to happen every now and then. That's just the laws of Mother Nature. On a side note, when the weather has been great, it has just been, I mean, not great, it has been awesome. The past, since the last report I did, the water levels have come up a little bit. They've gone down a little bit. The water's crystal clear. You can see kind of through the video here how some of the water is clear. It's hard to tell it with the camera just for the fact that it doesn't have a polarized lens on it. For those of you that are out here fishing or you're visiting Central Florida, right now you're going to want to look for redfish on the flats, and early morning if you get out there, you know, moving from the drop-offs, the deeper water into the shallow waters as the water starts to warm up, look for signs of life, birds feeding, bait, and so on and so forth. Take a tactical approach if you can. If you're going to sight fish, sun at your back, sun in their eyes. The wind, typically this time of year we get a north, northeast, northwest, northerly flow. Every now and then we'll get a south-southeast flow mixed in, southwest. I'm personally torn. Yeah, the wind at your back on heavy winds sure is great, pushes you with the wind, but you have no boat control. I don't mind pushing into the wind. However, it's a double-edged sword. If I'm pushing into the wind, that means you as the angler has to throw into the wind. So it helps you. If I'm going with the wind, I have a little boat control. You get better longer distance casts, but practice your casting when you're out here, when you're coming out here to fish. It will help you improve your catch ratio tremendously. Getting back to the fishing, redfish, trout, black drum, the key is get to your areas, use a stealthy tactical approach. Don't rush it, take your time. Just think of it hunting on the water, except the only thing you're going to do is let these fish go after you catch them. When you see a fish, especially fish that are still feeding, soft presentation, a nice easy cast towards them. You don't want to throw and slam down on the water because the only thing that's on their mind is death from above. They see shadows coming over, a bait flying over them. They will take off. It will spook them. Throw past them, lead the fish a little bit, bring it into them. A thing that'll help you is keep your rod tip up on top of the water and keep your rod tip up in the air to keep your bait on top of the water to help you guide the bait to the fish's mouth. Remember, I always say this, the tail does not eat. The go-to baits I've been using this past few weeks are the DOA cow. I like to rig them with a weedless weighted hook and a little bullet weight. Gives you a little bit of distance, gets it down to them. The DOA shrimp, the DOA bait buster, shallow runner bait buster. On the warmer days when you can find the fish, you'll get nice strikes on the trout. And the new DOA airhead. Working pretty good. I can add a weight to it to get it down to them, or you can take the weight off and it stays on top of the water, almost like the DOA shallow runner bait buster. I've also been using cut mullet. Sometimes the fish are picky. They're the client, or you struggle with the cast, getting it to the target shot. You can get to the areas, look for potholes, sand holes on the grass flats, put you some cut bait out, and you know, you got to wait for the fish to come to you. So that's the only downfall about using cut bait. For those of you wanting to use live shrimp, you could do that, or live mullet will work also. The only other key is when you get out here, water levels are low, use caution when navigating. Give your fellow angler plenty of space. The area is getting populated. The lagoons obviously got more people fishing it, so when you're out here fishing and you get to areas and you see other boats, just because you see a boat sitting still or pointing one direction, flats fishing takes out the three-dimensional aspect of depth. They're not sitting there fishing straight down. They're moving in different areas. So what I like to do is if you see a boat in an area, put a 360-degree circle around them and add about 1,500 feet to that circle and say, okay, that guy is going to be, that person's going to be somewhere in that area. because there's a lot of times I might push forward a couple hundred feet, turn back, go over a little bit, push forward, do like almost a search and rescue grid pattern. A lot of times I'll be out there and I'll be pushing a direction, I'll turn around 20 feet behind me, there's somebody coming in right behind me. And, you know, a lot of times it's an honest mistake, they just don't realize what they're doing. But just take that for example, if you do get to there in an area and you see somebody saying, and you get to a spot and you're like, oh man, he's on my hot spot, I caught fish there last week. You know what? They beat you there, move on to the next spot. That's all it takes in this day and age. So again, this is Captain Drew Cavanaugh with Florida Inshore Fishing Charters and Mosquito Lagoon Sight Fishing Charters located here in Oak Hill, Edgewater. And I hope to see you all out there on the water. Thank you and have a great day.